coming this summer.
Be the next villain in the next Superman movie?
We released the fact that we're coming out with Man of Tomorrow. It's going to be out in 2 years in theaters in July 9th, 2027, which is relatively a short time between sequels because we knew immediately where we were going. And it is a story about Lex Luthor and Superman having to work together to a certain degree against a much, much bigger threat. And it's more complicated than that. It's as much a Lex movie as it is a Superman movie. I relate to the character of Lex Luthor, sadly.
I do relate to Lex Luthor in the sense that I would be so jealous if there was, in reality, a Superman. He's God.
Yeah.
He can do whatever he wants.
That's the center of Lex for me. 3 years ago, before Superman came along, he was considered the greatest guy in the world, even with other metahumans and superheroes in the world. And then in one fell swoop, this guy comes in wearing a silly costume with dimples and a charming smile and a great chin, and he's forgotten.
You are so fucking right. Lex does represent all of us. Imagine some dickwad is getting everywhere. He's getting all the girls. He can fly. And I'd be like, why the fuck does he have that and I don't? I couldn't be happy for him. You got Supergirl project.
Supergirl's a movie. It's we're editing it right now. The director is a guy by the name of Craig Gillespie who did I, Tonya. And the movie's coming out fantastic. Millie Alcock, who plays Supergirl, might be the best bit of casting I think I've ever done in my entire life. I think she's absolutely stunning in the movie.
Is that the girl who shows up in the Superman movie?
Yes, she shows up at the end of the Superman movie, right?
Yeah,
she was in House of the Dragon.
And then you got Lanterns coming up.
That's a TV show on HBO, and that is created by Damon Lindelof and Chris Mundy, who did Ozark, and Tom King, who's a big comic book writer.
You know, no one's ever done a great job with Green Lantern. I was a Green Lantern fan. And I don't think, you know, he's got pretty cool superpowers. He could I think he could beat up Superman in a weird way. Don't you think?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I think he's pretty powerful. I think that a good, strong match between Superman and Lantern, any of the Lanterns would be great.
Clayface. Who's Clayface?
Clayface is a Batman foe in the comics, but it was written by a guy by the name of Mike Flanagan, and it is a hardcore R-rated body horror film, but within the same universe as Superman.
I like this. Do you worry that you're spreading yourself too thin? Because look at how many projects you got going on, and you're writing a lot of this stuff. You wrote the whole Peacemaker thing too, right?
I wrote, over 1 year, I wrote 650-something pages. Over the next year, I produced 650 pages, and over the next year, we released over this year, we're releasing 650 pages. That was at the beginning when I took on DC, and I promised myself I'm slowing down at least a tiny bit, although I am creating the Superman sequel that we're starting to shoot in April or so.
And you're writing that?
Is going to be out in 2 years. I'm done writing that for the most part. So
what the fuck must you like? You know what? When I did that one film, the Private Parts movie, it took me like 4 years to get that thing written.
James Gunn has announced his Superman follow-up, and it's called Man of Tomorrow. The sequel is due in theaters July 9th, 2027. The reveal included an image drawn by Chief Creative Officer of DC Comics Jim Lee, showing Superman alongside Lex Luthor wearing a suit of power armor. Specifically, it looks like Luthor's anti-Superman suit, hence the green kryptonite. Superman is leaning playfully on Luthor while holding a screwdriver. The bitter enemies we saw in Superman might have to team up as friends in Man of Tomorrow, perhaps to fight Brainiac. Last month, DC Studios co-CEO James Gunn revealed the Superman saga while discussing his ongoing work on the follow-up to this summer's Superman. While promoting Peacemaker Season 2, which follows the events of Superman as part of the newly established DC universe, Gunn told The Hollywood Reporter that he's already finished the treatment for, quote, the next story in what I'll call the Superman saga. He said, the treatment is done, which means a very, very worked out treatment. I'm working on that and hopefully going into production on that not too far away from today. Now we know this movie is called Man of Tomorrow. In film, DC Studios has Supergirl and Clayface coming out in 2026, and the next Wonder Woman at some point after. The Batman 2 from Matt Reeves' self-contained Batman epic crime saga begins shooting next spring, with a release set for December 2027. Gunn has also talked about a Sergeant Rock adaptation and a Justice League team-up starring Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman. In February, Gunn and co-DC Studios CEO Peter Safran confirmed The Brave and the Bold will introduce a new Batman into the DCU, ruling out current Batman actor Robert Pattinson in the process, but there's no release window for that yet.
Hey everybody, it's Spivey4994 with this hot spot from ACAT News. New York Comic Con is upon us. Do the right thing, do the great thing, get out there, join in the fun. This has been an ACAT News hotspot on the upcoming Superman Man of Tomorrow. Man, James Gunn did not waste time. Come on, heads, with the success of Superman last summer. It was only a couple of months ago, but anyway, with the success of Superman last summer, we knew a sequel is in the works. Peacemaker Season 2 is a hit. James Gunn really cracked the egg with that series. To some people's liking, to some people's not, but it's here. There it is. Stick to the subject matter. The big reveal. Yes, we may be getting, and I say that loosely, we may be getting Brainiac for his first big-time movie appearance on the big screen. IMAX, HD, blah, blah, blah. Yes, Brainiac is on his way, supposedly. We all saw the information that Mr. Gunn put out to the public. The media blitz. They went right into production for the Superman Man of Tomorrow sequel. I'm liking it. The Lantern series will be upon us in a couple of months, and we will see which way this new DCU is going. The direction, the plots, the twists. I'm interested, but I can't tell you how excited I am to see Brainiac for the first time on the big screen. Let's see if Mr. Gunn can do it the right way, the steady way, and maybe the James Gunn way. Maybe he has a take on this character. We shall soon see. There's a lot more characters to be introduced in the DCU. We hope he gets around to it. Superman Man of Tomorrow. The sequel is on its way. So far, so good. I mean, that's what everybody's saying. So far, so good. So besides the other news about who might get bought and who might get sold, let's keep the pace. This has been Spivey4994 with a hotspot from ACAT News. New York Comic Con, don't forget. So until then, see ya.